I'm screaming. Hello, everybody. Hopefully I'm streaming. Let me go to dashboard. I think I might just go to my channel. YouTube. Flash. Yep, I'm live. Hopefully everybody can see me. I don't have my camera turned on this particular scene. That's okay. All right, let's see if I can. Your 5 game, nice. So in Ghost Town, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's a standard battle or an encounter battle. We should be able to move off here to the flank and see if we can't spot the enemy. See anybody else that has mics, so that's alright. Need this T-28 to look for. There we go. Destroyed. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Careful here a little bit and not push ourselves too far. We pierced their armor. 32 finished. I don't know if this tank sure enough what the hell he's doing, but he's up my ass. They have 3 on the cap, guys. Somebody's going to have to uncap them. I guess we're going to play all passive and shit, huh? That's cool. Hope they weren't using that. We just dinged them. They're goners. Find us another one. You're welcome, Mr. Fellow 3J. Still 45 seconds, and they are still on the cap. Enemy armor destroyed. Oh, that's 4. Now they backed off the cap. We're up 7-3, so we're doing fine, guys. We don't need to push too hard. But I will go ahead and help them kill these final 2 tanks. Heavy doesn't know I'm coming yet. Now. What's a bogey? It's a bogey. So bogeyteers, you need to shoot them in the turret. Ooh, we've got a tank turret behind me though.
Friendly vehicle destroyed. Driver is down. We can hardly move. Friendly vehicle destroyed. Enemy armor is damaged.
Yep, bogey's got me though.
Track is damaged. Track hit.
Stick away from the bogey here.
Enemy armor is damaged. Great job,
And that's a
soldiers.
solid win. All you guys were wanting gameplay, now I'm streaming on YouTube. You can see it. There you go. Super duper unicorn. Gameplay right there. 1,044 damage, 3 kills, 129 assisted, 15 direct hits. Not a super awesome game, but good enough. Good enough for the win. And I am streaming as Gunner J-Boz, but I am streaming on J-Boz Gaming YouTube. So, yeah. Awesome, awesome. Look at analytics. Bringing it up. There it is. Awesome. Nice. Average view duration. Concurrent viewers. Looks like I have 2 viewers. Is that true? Nice. Well, welcome in. If you're viewing the live stream today, just go ahead and say hi. Ask me any questions you have about World of Tanks console. You're welcome to check out my YouTube videos. They're made in order to help other World of Tanks players just get a little bit better. What you'll find when you start playing World of Tanks consoles is very difficult to get started because there's a lot of information that isn't shared with you. And so that's what my YouTube channel is about, is sharing with you as much information as I've been able to acquire over almost 9 years of World of Tanks. So yeah, you're all welcome. Everybody's welcome to join my live stream and ask me any questions. You can also look me up. JBoz0303 is my normal account. Or you can send messages to Gunner J-Boz as well on Xbox. Either one of those accounts, I'll probably get your message and be able to reply. But if you have questions, you can certainly directly send me a message over the Microsoft Xbox party chat. Or you can leave me a comment on any of my videos on the YouTube channel. And just let me know that you have a question that I would be happy to answer. Yeah, so the cool thing about the YouTube channel is that I've broken it up where there's several playlists, and there's playlists about actually teaching people how to play World of Tanks, and then there's playlists about map strategies. Then there's what I call my kind of rant playlist, which is the the ugly truth of the game and that sort of thing, is a whole rant playlist. And then I also have a streaming playlist that I'll also start to update now that I'm on officially live streaming on YouTube. I used to live stream on Twitch, but I just didn't like how Twitch kind of felt, and I also didn't like the fact that a lot of people that were had subscribed to my YouTube channel were not also able to use Twitch. So I made sure that I kind of switched and started, and am now starting to live stream on YouTube. I don't know if I'll live stream on Twitch anymore. I might, but for the most part, I totally want to switch to YouTube and just stream over here. I know that there's some tools I can use to stream on both, and I might look at that later. But for now, we're just going to make sure that we are, able to build a community here. People can reach out and find me here, and so on. That way, it's a little bit easier for folks that are already subscribed to my YouTube channel to find me when I go live. So, yeah. It's all good. Let's hop into another match, see how we do. Working on the season still, grinding that one out. So, should be good. It's a good season. Some good tanks. All pretty much World War II. I think all of them are World War II tanks that they give you for the season. Oh my goodness. Looks like we got Pilsen. And it looks like it's a tier 4 match. Oh, not a very big tier 4 match. In fact, it's mostly bots. Looks like maybe it's 3-on-3. So the other people we're facing is a Type 95 and a Sentinel. So what we'll do is we'll try to push up, try to clear as much of this side as we can, and then push around down the 09 line. We'll have to figure out where the active players are. They're a little bit smarter than bots. But yeah, it should be a pretty good match. Anybody else in game have a mic? No? Okay. Not a problem. There goes a bot, BT7. Yeah, we don't need to deal with him right now. We'll move up. We do have an arty in this game, so we have to be a little bit careful here. There's the Type 9. There's a couple of players over there.
Back on him.
So we did track him. And now we'll kill him. Nice.
They are knocked out.
Type 95 is moving up. He seems to have stopped. Why, I don't know. I just got lit and I am targeted, so we'll back up. Yeah, looks like they've got him over there. 95's out, so one of the players is gone. I am lit, so I'm going to go ahead and looks like we got a light tank behind us, so I'm going to have to go chase him down. I don't want him getting carried away here and killing all my bot friends. I'm closing in on him now. That'll hurt. Alright, so now we're doing quite well. And the game's all tied up. So we're not too worried about that, because most of them are... Oh, there's the other player. So we need to take out the Sentinel.
Nice shot.
Look, dude, we can go toe-to-toe all day. I don't think we're going to win the fight.
Viewfinder's taking some damage. We finished them off.
Okay, we'll go ahead and fix the viewfinder, and that's all the players, except for maybe the arty. Again, not too worried about him. Nobody's got a mic. That's interesting.
They destroyed level
It's really
6.
sad that people don't have mics, or at least aren't willing to use them anymore. Oh, that was my bad.
They're goners. Find us another one. That one left a hole. Back on him. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Looks like we got a medium and the artillery yet to kill. They'll all freak out when I cap. But don't worry, I'm not actually capping. Just crossing the cap because I'm lazy.
They destroyed level
Looks like
6.
they killed the other one, which is fantastic. And now we're going to go kill the artillery, which is probably in the K9 corner. Parkour! Alright, let me see if I can get over to him here. Somehow we missed him. And somehow we missed him again.
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is
Wow,
destroyed.
that was very bad shooting. Yet, an easy kill. Six kills, 1,158 damage, 17 direct hits, 74 assisted, 135 blocked, and of course we had one detection. So we're doing just fine. Rolling on. Tier 4s. Folks are trying to learn, trying to get better. I had quite a few people reach out to me, ask me a few questions. So don't be shy if you have questions. You know, I know it's you might encounter other folks that are kind of mean or might tease you because you don't know, and that's not the case with me. I realize that you can't be expected to know everything there is to know about this game when there's no place to go get the information. Officially, Wargaming does a terrible job, and I'm not going to make this into a rant stream, but Wargaming does a terrible job of disseminating that information to the players. And unfortunately, it's veterans like me that have all that information, and some of the veterans, unlike me, aren't willing to share it, which then makes it a tough go for people starting the game. I'm quite the opposite. I like to share information. I like for people to really enjoy the game and learn about the game. The game is a very good game. It is very detailed. It is a strategy game, and there is a lot to the strategy of the game. It isn't as simple as just getting into your tank, rolling out into multiplayer battle, and having success. Without the information that I provide people, you would not be successful in the game. In fact, a lot of people I come across have gotten many years under their belts. I mean, 4, 5, even some 8 years. And I'm still telling them information that they were completely unaware of, and it actually makes them play the game better. You know, everything from how to change your controller setup to how to auto lock, how to double zoom in, and how to indicate or identify folks that you can easily isolate and kill. Concepts that, you know, some of the best players use to be successful in tanks, I share. There's even information on my YouTube channel that I share that I think a lot of people, especially I call them super duper unicorns, but that's kind of a joke. They're known as super duper unicom players, and these are supposed to be some of the best tank players there are, and how to get to that level is kind of a guarded secret. And I'm kind of blowing the lid on that because I share it all. I share how to get better at World of Tanks. I of course do the intro videos that teach you to navigate the entire game as it is as of today. I do videos that teach you the kind of, I guess, what we'll call mechanics of the game, to understand what it means to pen a tank, what armor thickness means, what effective armor is versus direct armor, when to use the right type of ammunition, to how to select certain types of tanks, so that you don't get tiered up so much when you're out there struggling to get silver and earn XP. So I talk about preferred matchmaking tanks, which have a whole video on that. So there is just a lot of information. In fact, when I started the channel, I used to do weekly kind of meetings with my clan. I run two clans. One is a social clan called Boz. We're a pretty good group of tankers. I mean, these are fairly good players that have played together for, a few years. And they really enjoy each other's company. So, and we enjoy winning the game. So, we play semi-seriously in that, it's not that we don't joke around or have a good time in the game, because we do. But most of the time we're about going out and winning the match. And we do that by collaborating and working together. But at the same time, we don't forget that it's a game, and we just have a good time and talk and chat and share with a lot of folks our brand of fun and our brand of how to play World of Tanks. It is a game, and you can play the game any way you want, but I think people find that you can actually play the game fairly successfully and still have fun. But anyway, I run into a lot of tankers that have, 30 to, let's say, 60,000 battles under their belt, and they're still in that average player category. They've never really achieved much beyond, let's say a 1500 WN8, and that's probably because they don't have the information to be more successful at the game. And I've taken a lot of those people, and it's kind of I guess it's a little bit of an uphill challenge at that point, because if you have, let's say 50,000 battles, you feel like you're pretty good at the game. You feel like you know the game. You think you understand the game. But then you start to watch my YouTube channels and you start to understand how much you don't know about the game, how much you need to learn, and how much you need to grow. I talk about things like watching others play and critiquing your match, and how to kind of be critical of yourself and learn to play better. Not super critical. I mean, you don't. This is a game of fun and enjoyment, and so you shouldn't get down on yourself. But you should look to say, after each game, could I have done something different? Can I play better? And then if you can find someone that is maybe even more skilled at the game than yourself, ask them to critique you, ask them to help you, give you tips. And as you accumulate those tips over those battles, over those different tankers that you meet, and certainly over the years, then you'll find yourself at the top of the heap as far as players. And so that's what my YouTube channel is kind of about, is it's trying to focus on just giving the information to the players that want it, and then they can come and enjoy that and play it as they see fit. As an example, and if you are a World of Tanks player, this might relate to you, but there was a bit of a controversy, or there has been a bit of a controversy about artillery in the game. And artillery is just a certain tank class that people play. And usually the style of an artillery because of the way the mechanics of the tank work, is they usually sit in the rear part of the battle space, and they fire in an overview or three-quarter view vision at the enemy tanks when they are spotted. And some of these artillery pieces can get quite powerful as you grow and you go up the tier system, and you get to higher and higher tiers. And a lot of the, I'll say, quote unquote, better players of the game that specifically have a voice, like their YouTubers or community contributors, they began a campaign to kind of bitch and moan and whine at YouTube about, or at Wargaming about changing how artillery work. And in this past update for World of Tanks, Wargaming did decide to change artillery. And so it's interesting because they didn't get the change that they desired. And what they were looking for was, making artillery a little less effective, which means that the better players really aren't threatened by less skilled players. And so they're kind of twisting the game and preventing, as this game was intended, for all categories of tanks to be effective on the battlefield. And the biggest gripe they had about artillery was that they were able to one-shot people across the map. Well, Wargaming did fix that. They did lower the damage of artillery so that artillery couldn't just kill you with one shot, or at least in most situations today. But what they did do is increase the rate in which artillery could reload and fire again, which made them, in effect, a better tank. And now they're even more harassing to some of those better players. So I find it terrific. I love the challenge. I used to play artillery back in the day, about maybe 4 years ago, where I played a lot of artillery. I don't play so much anymore, but I wouldn't call myself an artillery player. But I will say that I enjoy artillery being in the game because it presents me a unique challenge that I have to overcome, and it keeps the game, keeps me on my toes. It keeps the game fresh, and I really enjoy, being able to fight against artillery. Yes, sometimes artillery kills me, and you can ask my clanmates. It's a running joke. It seems like artillery always finds me, and that's cool. But there's different things, there's different concepts, game concepts that you can learn that will make you a little more effective in fighting against artillery. And one of them is getting in a already safe zone where artillery are just less likely to either shoot at you or they're incapable of actually hitting you. Like here is not an already safe zone, and I'm being spotted by the arty. So how poignant that we're talking about this, and the arty's still shooting at me. But like going behind a building here, like when I go right here, now it's going to be harder for that artillery to engage me and shoot at me. And so he can keep trying, but it's going to get harder and harder for him to be able to kill me. Because, yep, here he comes. Yeah, he just shot the other tank because he didn't realize that artillery was shooting at me, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm gonna have to back away. So what's happening right now is I'm 4-on-1 right now, and so this is a situation where a lot of players try to push, and because they push too hard, they get themselves in a situation where they're isolated and they don't have ally support. So we're gonna back off and we're gonna stop trying to push this flank and just give our allies some time to push the other flank. See, we're winning on the 1-2 line while we're pushing the HJ line over here. And as we do this, we'll find that this will open up for us again, and we can, now that we've gone dark, we'll slip over here and try to take out this artillery that keeps shooting at us. I love bots that just can automatically snapshot you that no player can do. It's not really possible that that tank has that kind of capability. Yet because it's a bot, somehow. I'm going to switch. So here's an example of where I'm going to switch to a different ammo type, just so that I can more effectively pin that medium tank over there. What else we got over here? So we've got a Sob over here. He's pretty far away, so we'll keep working on this Matilda over here. See, because I switched my shell type, now I'm able to pin his turret, which is now a little bit easier for me to kill him. And now he's really hurting. I've really put a hurt on him. He's pretty damaged. There's 2 left, and I'm worried kind of about going down. Oh no, never mind. The greenies killed that medium that was up on the ledge there. So we're gonna push on around and yeah, go ahead and kill this Matilda. He's the last player, or the last tank that we have. And there we go, another win. Hey, chat's alive. Look at that. The 1J, have a good amount of German tanks, and I'm thinking of starting a second tree. What would you recommend? Oh, cool. Yeah, I love German tanks. So you didn't say which line you currently have, but man, there's so many routes through the German tech tree. There's not a bad one. But it kind of depends on the type of tanks you like to play. The sniping artillery, yeah. Hey, Rippers! Welcome to my chat. Welcome to my chat. My new YouTube stream. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let me see, Jay. Let me the 1J. Let me see if I can kind of talk about the German tech tree and help you out. Basically, the German tech tree was a tech tree that I had kind of neglected for a while, and I have more recently kind of started to, kind of methodically go through it. But if you like fast light tanks, I mean, this line is very good. I mean, you can go from the PZ-1C, the Panzer 1C, to the, I could be saying these wrong, so forgive me, guys, but then you can go to the Luch, then to the Leopard. The Leopard is a fantastic tier 5 light tank. The Luch is a fantastic tier 4 light tank. And of course the 1C is a very good tank for tier 3. So this line is really solid. All the way up, and though these upper tier light tanks aren't quite as good as some other lines, they're still solid and hold their own, especially when you get to the Rue and above, because their vision is so great. You can really do a lot of spotting and get a lot of spotting damage through that line. So if you like fast light tanks and you like Playin light tanks, then obviously that German light tank line is good. And then this German medium line that kind of proceeds from the 1C into the 3J. The 3-4 is not a super great tank. It's not terrible. It's just not as good as some of the other tier 5 mediums. So it kind of wanes there a little bit. But then you get into all these VK medium tanks, and they're solid tanks. Even the Indian Panzer is a pretty decent tank. And then, of course, when you get to the Leopard PTA and the Leopard 1, Leopard 1 is a solid tier 10 medium tank, good accuracy, and so on. But I love that line. And then, of course, kind of an offshoot is the German heavies, which you get into. You start with the Panzer 4A. You work through the DW2. And you can kind of sprout off of this any direction you want to go. But really, the VK tanks, the 30, the 36, are all solid tanks. But sticking with the heavies, If you go straight down this line, you get into the Tiger 1, sweet heavy tank, very good. And then the Tiger 2, very solid tank. The E75, very good heavy. And then ultimately to the E100, which is a good German heavy tank. Now, a lot of people love to get to the Maus, which is right here. It's a German heavy. And not that the Maus is a bad heavy tank, it's not. It's just super slow. So if you really have a lot of patience and you like what I'll call heavy tanks, then the German line for the Maus is maybe something you want to aspire to. And you just get to that by, working through a few of the mediums early, and then you switch to the Tiger P, which is a solid German heavy at tier 7, and then you work through that line until you get the ability to move up to the VK100, and then to the Mauschen, and then to the Maus. So there you go. Those are all good tanks. Now, tank destroyers. Oh my goodness, I do like the German tank destroyers. When you start with the Marder 2, you can't go wrong. And then you move to the Hetzer. Oh, wow. Or the Marder 38T. And look, the Stug 3B is not a bad tank destroyer either. It's just the Marder 38T and the Hetzer blow it away. All those are good tank destroyers. The only time I don't particularly enjoy the German tank destroyers is when you get into what I'll call the heavy German tank destroyer line, like the Brummbär, the Sturmpanzer, the Sturmtiger, the Bar, and the Sturmtiger. These are all kind of derpy. They have high alpha damage guns, and they're not very accurate. And so you really have to have a lot of patience. You have to know how to play these tanks in order to be effective in them. But I really like the other German tank destroyer lines. Either one. You can go through the J Panther, or you can go through the Saint Emile, or the National. These down here are all solid tanks, and obviously they kind of end with the Jagdpanzer E100 up here, and the Waffenträger off E100, which is all good tank destroyers, and even the Grill 15 is not a bad German tank destroyer either. So solid German tank. So the German line is very solid. There's very few tanks that I'll say, wow, that tank just really sucks. I wouldn't even say these German heavy tank destroyers suck. They just take a special breed to play them, and you have to really know how to play them to be good at them. I particularly don't enjoy them, not because I'm not good at them, because I know how to play them, but I just don't like derp guns that much. They just they don't challenge me, and I really like to be challenged with the tanks that I play. And so that's what I would recommend. The Maus is good. Hi Candy, hugs back, but the Maus is a good tank. It's just it's been buffed here lately. It's just there's so many other tier 10 heavy tanks that are just better than the Maus. The Maus is so slow, though its speed has been increased of late. It's just it's one of those that you have to have a lot of patience. You have to really understand and know how to play. And even then, certain maps, you're not going to have a lot of success with the tank. It's just too slow. So yeah, it's not a bad heavy. It's just not super awesome like some of these others. Well, there's a little running joke kind of in World of Tanks console. The best line of tanks is probably the Russian line. And as you can imagine, wargaming was founded in Belarus. And they might have a bias. I don't know. Some say they do. But they sure seem to have made a strong Russian line of tanks. So that's why the Russian line is pretty daggone good. I personally think the best line is the American line. I enjoy the American tanks so much. And, maybe I have bias. I don't know. But I like the American line quite a bit. But if you were going to force me to pick, I'd say the Russian line is a can't miss. So yeah, check out the Russian line. Yeah, it's hard for me to tell people that things are bad, because just because I don't like them doesn't mean you're not going to like them. Now, statistically, I can tell you that some tanks are at a disadvantage, but that doesn't mean that you won't enjoy playing them, right? There is one tank in the German line that I do not like, and I will tell you what it is. It is the Ferdinand. I had to grind through the Ferdinand, and it was the worst grind of my entire life. And this includes tier 10s that I don't particularly care for. Now, the Ferdinand is not necessarily a bad tank. It just takes so long to get to the last upgrade, which is the actual gun upgrade for the tank, that makes the tank at least a decent tank to play. And I wasn't using boosters. It was a pure grind, and it's left a mark on me. So that's the one German tank I would point out that I particularly would say is not a good tank, is the Ferdinand. Yeah, the Russian line it's badass. And you know what? Let me give you an answer to a question you didn't ask me. What is the most underrated line? I think the Chinese line is the most underrated line of tanks, because a lot of their tanks are based on Russian tanks, and they have some solid tanks that I think a lot of people overlook just because they don't naturally gravitate towards that line first. And so when you go and you play the Chinese lines, let me know what you think about them, because I really enjoyed. It surprised me that I enjoyed a lot of the Chinese tanks, and I think that's a lot because they are based on some of the Russian tank types, especially like the Type T-34. This M5A1 is based on the American Stuart line. Well, guess what? This M5A1 beats the crap out of the American Stuart. This is probably one of the best tanks at tier 4, this M5A1 Stuart. Little known secret. I think it's an underappreciated line. I would definitely encourage people to play the Chinese line. Their tank destroyers, the Chinese tank destroyers, are pretty solid. And certainly when you get into the Chinese heavies like the IS-2, man, the IS-2 is a beast. At tier 7, it's a solid heavy. And then, of course, they have some solid tier 10s as well. That WZ-111-5A is a solid heavy. And then they have, for mediums, they have the 121. And, of course, their tank destroyer line goes all the way up to tier 10 as well. And the Chinese light tanks, these through here, like the WZ-131 and the WZ-132, are really good light tanks. They perform pretty well as well. So if you get a chance, check out the Chinese line. I think it's the most, in my opinion, it's the most underrated tank line. Now, some people will say, "Well, I love to play medium, so I gravitate towards that Polish line." And hey, that's good, because if you do like mediums, that's definitely a good line to a good country to pursue, because they do have some pretty good mediums that they added to that Polish nation. I just think that the Chinese always get the short end of the stick, and they're just not very well known. Now, if you want to talk about tank destroyers, a little known secret is the Swedish tank destroyers are pretty good. So check those out, at least up to about tier 8. Love the Swedish tank destroyers. Solid tanks. All right, let's get back to playing a little bit here. I'm going to jump into another game. Just going to run a tier 4 again. The reason I run a little bit lower tank tier is, especially when I'm streaming, is I like to be able to watch the chat, and it's hard to watch the chat and me get absorbed into a game. So if I go up too high, I'll tend to not talk to you guys. So I already do that at tier 4. It gets worse as I go up in tier. So I'm not a good, I guess I'm not a good streamer in that sense. Hopefully I'll provide some entertainment as we go. Yeah. Jay, check out the Chinese line. It was a fun line for me to grind, and still is. I'm still working on some tier 10s in the Chinese line.
Focus on this location.
I have, gosh, how many tanks do I have? I have over 700 tanks. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of methodically going through all the nations. So instead of going like from, let's say, tier 3 to tier 10, I'm going from like, I'm getting all of the tier 3s and then all of the tier 4s and then and so on across all nations. So right now I'm working on getting all of the tier 8s unlocked for all of the countries, and that's why I haven't progressed up some of those lines all the way to the tier 10 tanks that I ultimately do want. Yeah, I'm kind of going that direction as I work in the tech trees for the nations. Oh, come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, he got away. All right, let's see. Their 5-4 is sitting over there on the tracks. And we've got people rushing us on the hill. Wow. Okay, we're going to have to go and help shoot these guys. Come on. Ripper, we need to get up there, buddy. We're letting these guys kill our teammates.
Target is hit.
Get that Wolverine. Here comes the Freezer.
Target penetrated.
Got him.
That's
Nice
it.
shot.
Round the fight.
Alrighty. Hopefully, I don't know if Ripper Candy's still on. If you guys can still type in the chat. I want to make sure that you can hear me okay. Sounds hopefully fine. Let's see what Jay said. Yeah, Jay, I've been playing this game a long time. I don't know if it's a good thing that I have over 700 tanks. It shows how much time I've spent on this game. So, don't tell my wife. Yeah, I have 700 some tanks. I think there's a total of 830, somewhere in that neighborhood. Just under 830, somewhere around there. All right, cool. Thank you, Candy. Really appreciate the feedback. I had set up my YouTube stream and had started to stream one time, and then I realized my sound didn't work. So I wanted to make sure my sound. I fixed that, and I wanted to make sure my sound's coming through fine today. How do I find the tank that I want to play with? Well, so what I do is I typically go through. And like I told you, I'm kind of grinding on some certain tanks, so I put them on my favorites list. And so out of the 700 tanks, I probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 60 tanks on my favorites list across the tiers. And so that means it's about, somewhere between 5 to 10 tanks per tier. And that's how I determine what tank I want to play, is I will go to my favorites list and pick something off my favorites list. By the way, right now, I don't play any premium tanks. So even though I own 90%, 91% of all premium tanks, I don't even play them right now. And I probably won't, because the other thing that I'm kind of working on is raising my W in 8. It started with me just proving a point to some of my clanmates, which I've done, and they all get the point now. But But yeah, I'm still trying to improve my W innate for those tiers that I don't have Super Unicom status, just so that people, because some people don't want to listen to what I have to say about how stats can be manipulated, and stats don't tell you necessarily what that you're a good or bad player. So I want to make sure that I can show people that I can play at every tier as good as everybody else if they only believe a W win 8 score. Now, if you watch me play and you see me play tanks in those tiers that I don't have a W in 8 score, you would still realize that I'm still a very good player. But unfortunately, people don't listen unless you actually have the stats. So
Fall back.
I would not encourage people necessarily to worry about their W in 8. That particular stat to me doesn't mean a whole lot. In fact, I think it means something to a lot of other people that they don't realize it actually doesn't represent. So I would not worry about your W in 8. But because I'm trying to reach out to people and get them to listen, I'm just continuing to prove my point to everybody else out there that seems to value stats over actual gameplay. Now, one stat that I will encourage people to improve and constantly monitor and look at is your win rate. This game, I always ask people, what is World of Tanks console about? And I get some idiots to say, well, just having fun. It's a game. Yes, it's a game, and we play it to have fun. I do agree with that. That's a rant video I've done, so please watch that if you want. But we play this game as individuals teamed up to win a battle, right? A battle session. And if you are not winning, then you really need to start to question how good of a player you are and whether you're helping your team win. Now, can you be the best player in the world? Sure. Do you need to be? No. Not to have fun, but you don't need to be the best player in the world to also win a match either. So it's really learning how to win without being hypercritical of others, and then being somewhat critical of your own play. Like for example, that game there, I probably shouldn't have pushed up over the hill so much because I knew there were like probably 4 tanks there. But you know, I wanted to go get some damage, and I wasn't particularly playing that game very strategic in my own head, and so I pushed up on that hill and got myself killed, right? And that didn't help my team. Now, a 3J has about, I think, 350 hit points of damage, somewhere in there, I think. No, it might have, I can't remember. Oh gosh. Well, we'll find out. But you want to shoot to get as much damage as your tank has. It's not about kills. Though we want to kill other tanks, and that's a good thing to kill other tanks, we don't need to kill other tanks. Yeah, I was right. I don't know why I questioned myself. A 3J has 350 hit points. So that game, I would score myself as being bad because I only got 338 damage, and I should have gotten 350 damage just to break even and not be a drain on my team. But instead, I was a drain on my team by about 12 hit points because I only got 338. So I did not play well there. That was not a good game. And especially because we didn't win, right? Well, sometimes when you win and that everybody does so well that you just didn't have the chance to get your tank's hit points, that's okay. But it's when you're trying to win the game and you're getting killed early, maybe you're getting out of a defensive position too soon, and you're getting yourself hit or taking early damage, and that prevents you from playing aggressive at the end of the match. Those are the types of things and the play style that people need to learn to get better as players, as they get better at understanding the tank mechanics and how everything else works along with it. So let's see if I can play better this time. I will try to play a little bit better. I should be able to. Normally, I always get my tanks damage, and usually I'm getting, at least twice, sometimes 3, sometimes 4 times my tank's damage, and picking up for those that aren't supporting the team. But that's okay. Looks like I'm in game chat, so that's fun, because anybody that has a mic can probably share and talk with me if they want. Looks like we're in a tier 5. They have no 5-4s, and there's only 4 of them, so we're not too bad. Yeah, Kilbron is fairly straightforward map. Their tank destroyers are going to set right there on that B line, B0, B9, right on that major big hill over there. And they're going to try to snipe anybody that comes down the 0-9 line. They'll probably run a medium or a light tank down that 0-9 line to spot people up, just so that the tank destroyers and artillery will have free shots on those folks. And then, of course, people will tend, especially the heavies, will tend to go over to the left, in this case, my left, to the middle of the map. Sorry, to push up to the middle of the map in that city area on the 1, 2, and 3 lines. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and push around to the next hill even. I don't think. Yeah, maybe I should have sit there because they are coming still. Well. I don't like the fact that no one's getting so weak on this side, so I'm going to come back.
They are knocked out.
Alright, looks like... Ooh, watch that Artie. Watch that Artie, champ. We got a 3J over there. Another one there. Oh wow, they pushed around. So see how they came down that 0-9 line? And they've even pushed around and are outflanking our tank destroyers. So I'm gonna go help. I'm gonna go try to help as best I can. Clean up these loose that have pushed around and are harassing our teammates here.
Enemy vehicle destroyed. Enemy armor is destroyed.
And now I've got one of my... Oh, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Alright. Let me push up this hill here and see what else we can spot. I also need to go dark, because I want to avoid the artillery. So we've got a medium rushing in over here. I don't... See, now, the problem is
Focus on this
our
location.
team could get too excited that we're actually up and push down that line, and they still have 3 tank destroyers. And I bet at least 2 of them are setting on that B0, B9 area. At least 2 of them are going to be up there. So we really got to be careful not to let folks get killed by the tank destroyers that are pushing around. Yeah, see, one just shot at me. Problem is, I'm not getting a lot of damage. I'm getting a lot of kills, and this is a good example of what I was talking about. Is you can get a lot of kills. That doesn't really help. Yeah, that's what I want to see right there. We want to take these guys out. Oh, missed it. Left, so it's just cleanup time. With all players, no bots, yeah.
We did it! We're on!
So let's talk about this for a second. Like, look, I only did 295 damage. That's terrible. It is not good. But a lot of people will think, oh, I finished third on my team. Yay for me. And honestly, no, I don't. I probably deserve to be down there much. Well, my other teammates just didn't do that well either. So the top two folks, the 5-4 and the Stoop 3G, I'm sorry, did very well, and so they deserve to be 1 and 2. But well, let's say the Pilot B guy in the KV1. He did 464 damage. He should be ranked ahead of me. But what they do is they rank the scoreboard by XP, and XP has nothing to do with how good you did in the battle. XP is earned by lots of different things, and I got a video about how you earn XP, and it is important to you, but it isn't important to you what others got in XP. They should rank the scoreboard based on the direct damage they've done, then the assisted damage, and then the kills is how they should rank the scoreboard. And stop ranking the scoreboard by XP. It's just stupid. And so this is a perfect example of a game where I killed 4 tanks, and people are like, oh, I had a great game. No, this was a terrible game. I should have done more to help my team than 295 damage. But it was a win, so can't bitch too much, I suppose. All right, let's see here. Welcome everybody to the stream. If you have any questions about World of Tanks console, please feel free to put in the chat your question. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. Been playing World of Tanks console for over 8 years, probably getting closer to 9. Yeah, I think April it'll be 9 years. So yeah, I've been playing a long time. But the good news is I know a lot about the game, and I'm happy to share. That's what my YouTube channel is about. So by all means, hit me up, give me questions, let me know what you're thinking. Yeah. Chat away. I love people that interact. Let's see. You know what? We'll keep going with the 3J, just since we're playing so bad and I'm embarrassing myself. Sure, why not? I'm thinking VT Candy and Ripper are probably laughing because they're like, oh, yeah, see, he does play bad. Yes, I do play bad. And it's usually on stream. All right, Tier 4 battle. Looks like we got quite a few Tier 4 tanks. Looks like most everybody is a player. Yep, they're all players, so that's good. So, as we start the battle, I try to do kind of a quick assessment of what I think my threats are. And that 3J, that Matilda, and the Sentinel can be, even the Valentine sometimes. The Stoop 3B might be an issue, and certainly the Hetzer, especially if they're playing the right dirt guns on those tanks, can be a problem for me. This is an encounter battle, so we do have spawns on both the A and K lines, basically the opposite ends of the map, and they do as well. So we're just kind of two groups going at each other across the map. What I try to do is I try to get up here and try to prevent them from doing what they are trying to do, and that is outflank us. One more and he's dead. Nice. A lot of their artillery will be sitting over here at the K9, K0 area. So if we can eliminate the last... Oops. We want to be careful that Electo, he might have a dirt gun on us.
Nice shot!
There we go. starting to get into him now. So what we need to do is we need to go dark, because just like that, when you're lit and you're trying to go around the corner, they're just going to time their shots, guys. So stop going around the corner, just kind of go dark, and then come back to it. Like, we'll come back over here, and we'll now do the same thing that we were doing before, but the difference is they can't see us, and we'll be able to spot them before they take their next shot. He's moving around, so I don't know why. That was kind of stupid of him. Artie, nice shot. Oop. Artie's got me targeted. How we doing? We're down 2 tanks? Lovely. And Artie is all over me. So let's see if we can't help this. Oh, he got him. Good. Good. At this point, we know that the other players are primarily... Oh, shoot. It's the Valentine. Oh, man.
This vehicle has had it.
Well, that's what I get for talking, and I can't talk and fight, so that's what you get, guys. Bad play. My fault. We're 4-5, and what I was going to say is because all of the other players are down at the other end, it would be now time, if we had tanks, to move on their artillery. But unfortunately, we have an AFK Artie, tank destroyer, and a artillery that's in the corner. Yeah, so that Sav is a dead stick, and then this M8, he also looks like he's not playing. Okay, he must have went AFK mid-battle, so that's terrific. So we're playing down players. Interesting. Woo. Nifty. And there you go. We're down to 1 player that's not even playing. 5-1. We'll go and watch him die, I suppose. Never moved from the spawn point, so he's going to be eliminated by this damn short bomb there.
It's over.
Yep, they actually got him. Hopefully I played a little bit better that game. We'll see. I did. I had 888 damage. 1 kill. But still not good enough to win, so need to pick it up a little bit. I am playing like poop. Alright. We'll play one more. Again, welcome everybody to Gunner J-Bod's stream. Normally I'll be on camera next time. I just didn't want to worry about too many things at once for this stream. So I've got my sound working, I've got my video, my gameplay working, and then I'll get my my alerts set up and my camera back on, and we'll continue to stream as much as I can. I'm going to try to stream during the week a little bit, but I'm always going to try to stream on Sunday evening. So if you do have a question and you can't get a hold of me any other way, you can always know that I'm going to stream on Sunday evenings and try to catch me on a live stream and ask your question. All right. Looks like we've got the mines map. Wow, that's old school, people. That's old school. All right, wow, 3 M8s. They probably all have dirt guns. They've got a Hetzer as well that we'll have to worry about, and a DW2. 2 of the M8s are platooned, so we'll have to be careful. And since I'm by myself, typically in this type of situation, I would go to the middle. But because I'm by myself, I'm not going to go to the middle because I can't rely on the greenies to go to the middle with me. Does anybody have a microphone in this particular battle? Someone's willing to work together. Fantastic. Fantastic. This is exactly why I typically don't go to the middle, is because even though you have somebody coming up, yep. There's the immense. There's both of them right there. Gage invited me to a chat, so let me jump on and see what Gage is about. Oh, we've got Wicked on as well. Look at that.
Oh my goodness, they let anybody in here.
What's up? You sent me a damn join chat party bullshit.
Oh, my goodness, this guy.
Can you hear me okay? Gage, can you hear me okay?
Very talkative today.
I was looking for a party and couldn't find one.
Well, you found one now. Can you guys hear me okay? I don't think they can hear me.
Check 1, 2, Jade. Check 1, 2.
Drove off, got me muted.
Hang on a second.
I think so.
I think my headset's
Ho,
not.
ho, ho.
Let me see if I can get back in here. Hopefully, you guys on stream can hear them. A couple of my clanmates. Nibble. How about now? Can you hear me now?
That's a good one.
Can you hear me now?
Do laundry.
That makes
Hello?
a pair.
A pair of hose.
Can you hear me now?
Ho, ho.
No?
There's a good one. Then
Hang on, let me see if I can
another good.
undo the
Makes a
headset.
pair of socks. But they're different colors.
Oh, I bet it's because the other headset's on. Let me
Just
turn
that
my other
matters.
headset
They're
off.
on my feet.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, ho.
We can't hold out.
I think Jay's having technical difficulties.
I guess I could have.
All right, can you hear me now? How about now?
There
I
he
can hear
is.
you now.
All right, there we go. Sorry, guys.
Wicked was doing his laundry.
I had my other headset on, and it was interfering with the one that I have on my
Oh,
controller.
well, Wicked was just saying, ho, ho, ho. He said, I'm doing laundry. This one's got a hoe in it.
Let me check. I'm currently streaming, so let me see if my stream can hear you guys.
Okay.
Oh, well, I might not want to be heard.
I know.
All right.
We could be very dangerous.
Yeah, you
right?
guys should be going out to stream, so I think...
Wow.
Well, I
This is gonna
shouldn't
be dangerous.
I shouldn't be telling him how I fix these holes in my sock, then, huh?
Probably not, Wicked.
This is a children's show.
I have a question from chat. Which commander skills are the best? Must have for your commanders. Yeah, we can hear them. Okay, cool. Jay said they can hear you too, so you're live. So,
Oh boy.
commander skills.
Here we go, Wicked.
What tiers you guys playing?
We just hooked up. We're
Oh, okay.
bouncing around here. Well, commander skills. I guess Born Leader is a good one. Rapid loading, steady aim. Those are some of the top ones that I would say are must-haves more so. Beyond that, I would say it may be, part of what your tank you're playing. Beyond, then you start getting into tank preferences. I don't know. What do you think, Wicked?
I don't know. One commander's about as good as the other.
Do you even use commander skills, Wicked? Who knows?
You don't have to have them to play.
You do not. That is correct.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point.
So here's my take on commander skills. There are six.
awesome.
There are 6 commander skills that are pretty much no-brainers that you need to take for any tank that you own. Now, there are some exceptions to this general rule that I'm giving you, but these 6 commander skills are, and this is my preference, so you can deviate from them if you wish. But when you're starting out a commander and you're going to train that commander to 9 skills, you want the first skill to be quick learner. This gives you a bonus
I
on...
thought you were talking about commanders, not skills.
I'm talking about commander skills, yes.
Okay, skills and perks are that's the same thing anymore.
Yeah, it is. Some people refer to it as perks. You're correct, Wicked. But so quick learner, then these can be in any order, guys. But quick learner, rapid, what's it called? Rapid reload, or I forget what it's called. Rapid loading.
Rapid loading.
Rapid loading
Yep.
is usually the second one that I pick, and then
Yeah,
I go
that
to
one that knows when you're being detected.
Sixth Sense.
That's Sixth Sense.
Sixth
Yeah,
Sense,
and that is
yeah,
one of the
yeah.
6. So then I go to Born Leader, which increases the effectiveness of my rapid loading. So that's why I pick it, usually 3rd. Then I go to Sixth Sense, which tells you that you've been spotted. And then I go to a steady aim, especially if the tank is not very accurate. This increases your accuracy. So steady aim is usually the 5th skill I pick. And then for the 6th skill, it's almost always increased vision. What is that called? Situational awareness. Situational awareness. It's the binocular one. Those 6 usually go on every tank I own, without fail. And then beyond that, the last 3 depends on if it's a light tank and I want to be stealthy, or if it's a tank destroyer and I want a little more accuracy, or if it's a heavy tank and I want more armor, or I want to be able to repair my shit quicker. So the last 3 can kind of come and go, but those first 6 pretty much are that. And then once you get it all skilled up, then I swap out quick learner for something else later. But that's after I get my 9 skills. So that's the first 6 skills I pick on any new commander, in the order that I picked them, is generally that order. Hopefully that helps,
Yeah,
Jay.
I would agree. Jay, what tiers are you playing?
Right now, I was playing 4s just because I was kind of testing my YouTube stream. So this is the first time I've officially streamed on YouTube. And I'm going to end it here in just a second, guys, and then we can play whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, so first of all, I want to thank folks for joining the stream. Really appreciate the views. Appreciate the questions. Jay, I hope we were able to help you out today. If you have any other questions, feel free to hit me up and ask whatever you need, bud. All right, you guys have a great day, and we'll catch you again probably at least next Sunday, but I'll try to stream throughout the week as well. Take care, everybody. Stay safe out there.
Toodles.